You know you ticked off the Game Master when Tiamat appears. She is the mother of all evil dragons, and has a head for each one of the types. So I'm going to try and name all the types of evil chromatic dragons by color, environment, and breath weapon from memory. Here we go. We have the white dragons that live in Arctic climates and spew ice breath. We have the black dragons who live in swampy environments and have acid breath. We have blue dragons that live in mountainous, arid terrain. Yes, arid terrain and have lightning breath. Green dragons that live in forests and have poison gas breath. And of course, red dragons with fiery breaths that live under the mountain. I'm very proud of that. Not only does she have all these heads, all these attacks, but she's also a god with the enormous power that all entails. So if you ever run into Tiamat, just remember, drop her in a hole in the ground. It'll be fine. Just put a sign on it. Beware dragon. Who is Tiamat really? Where did her concept come from? You know, Tiamat was once an ancient Babylonian god. She was a great dragon or serpent that lived and controlled the primordial oceans of creation. To create the world, Marduk had to first slay Tiamat, creating the land from her ribs and the rivers from her weeping eyes. So next time you take a dip in a cool, refreshing river, just remember that you are bathing in the tears of dragons. You know, there are parallels in other cultures and religions as well. For example, in the Norse mythos, there is Jormungandr, which I hope I'm pronouncing correctly, Jormungandr, the gigantic dragon that lives at the bottom of the ocean, encircles the world, and will awaken during Ragnarok to poison the sky. Then again, everything in Norse mythology is just so damn metal. Ancient gods, they had great powers, and men lived in their world, worshipped them in hope of gaining their power and favor. But recently, a relatively new idea has sprung up. In new editions of role-playing games, it's taken hold. The idea that gods need your prayer and support in order to exist. Now, on one hand, this makes sense, since older gods seemingly have lost power in the lives of people when people stop believing them, like Thor and Zeus. Gods could also be stand-ins for ideas, and if you stop believing in an idea, the idea stops having power. The idea is forgotten. It is like it never existed. In games like Black and White, this really makes sense because you can gauge your god's power by how much worship you have. It's an in-game mechanic, and I can see why this is tempting to put into Dungeons & Dragons as well, especially when your character gains so much power that you become a god. So let's bring this to its inevitable absurd conclusion. If this were real, then Santa Claus would be one of the most powerful gods in all creation. Well, I say absurd, but you know, they already made a movie describing that topic already. That's it for me for today. Today's artist is Emily Feigunschen, who is not only just incredibly skilled and talented, but also a beautiful, charming young lady who drew me this awesome picture of a dragon, which I am incredibly proud to own. Thank you, Emily. If you want to find out more about her, links in the description below as always. And I cannot exist without your devotion, so click that subscribe button to show me your belief. And as always, never stop gaining experience.
You have gained 30 experience points.